Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. You're watching Rebel Roundup. I'm your host, Sheila Gunn Reid. It's our daily news and opinion show over here at Rebel News. It is often painfully live. And I'm joined today by my co-host, normally from Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but filling in for David Menzies today, my real life best friend from Regina, Saskatchewan, Lise Merle. Lise, how's it going?
Well, hello, Sheila Gunn Reid, and how great to be here on a Monday. Like Monday was
Mm,
always my favorite day in radio because you get to kick off the week. Like you get to set the tone for the rest of the week. So I just want to give her. So let's do that today. Okay,
yeah,
everybody, all
let's
together
give
now.
her.
We're gonna give.
Let's give her. And there's a lot of things to talk about. Monday's fun because you have all the weekend madness to
Yes,
get to.
ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. And
It makes it a great news day.
yes. And I know David Menzies isn't listening because he's busy. So let me just say there's nobody I'd rather do the Monday Madness with than my real life best friend, Lise Merle. I'll tell everybody what we're doing around here so that we can get into the news because I mean, some of this stuff is just crazy. Like how Carney is the most positively, come on. Come on. Have you looked around? Anyways, if you're watching us on Rumble, it's an excellent free speech platform if you want to support the work that we do over here at Rebel News out of the goodness of your heart, not out of some sort of misplaced government mandate to support failing news outlets. You can leave a Rumble rant. That's your paid chat. And if it's over the $5 US cutoff, we're reading it on air. If it's under that, we'll do our very best, time permitting. I don't have a hard stop. So get your chats in. If you are watching us on YouTube, that remains a censorship platform, but we're monetized over there. So if you are so inclined and you want to leave a super chat, that's their paid chat. Same rules apply, but there's an additional way to support Rebel News, and that's by way of a super thanks. That's their paid comment. So if you miss the live version of the show, but you like what you see and you want to keep it going, you can leave a paid comment called a super thanks. So those are the rules. Let's get into the show. This was one heck of a ridiculous story, and we'll just go through the story and then we'll talk about how it ended up on this website. So, Cult Montreal, which does feel like a bit of a liberal cult, um, Canada named the most positive leader on the world stage. Canada is seen as the #1 influencer for the 10th year in a row. What does that even
What?
mean?
Excuse me.
According to the Ipsos World Affairs report, Canada remains the top country expected to have a positive influence on world affairs. Canada received a score of 80% among 23,000 respondents across 30 countries in the Ipsos World Affairs report. Also
Okay.
ranked among the top countries are Germany and France, so two other failing countries.
Yeah.
The study found that Iran and Israel were considered to be the least likely countries to have a positive influence on world affairs. Since 2015, Canada has enjoyed the most positive ranking in the Ipsos World Affairs report. Okay, so they asked a bunch of people who don't live
Don't
here
live here. Exactly. Thank you so much. I was
and
like,
who
gee,
don't get news about us. They
20
don't get news.
oh 23,000 people are listening to like little clips of the CBC and think Canadians are doing great. Well, isn't that awesome? Thanks so much for your input, guys. The point is, you guys don't live here. You
Right.
don't live here and you don't experience the oppressive, overarching nature of the liberal government. This is crazy. I don't care what international polling companies say when they're not reflecting the actual reality of Canadians. Like, oh
Right. And
my
we've seen this play out in reality in those stories of people who immigrate to Canada and they're like, wait,
just just
wait,
a sec.
what?
Wait.
Where was I and how can I quickly renounce my permanent residency? But of course, this turned up in Cult Montreal because, and this I know from my role as the president of the Independent Press Gallery,
Yes.
Cult Montreal direct grants from the federal government, about
Yeah.
$113,000 for their little online blog. But wait, there's more because they also get local journalism initiative payments and
No.
that I don't know the exact sum of, and federal journalism tax credits. And what I can tell you about the federal journalism tax credits, and the reason I can't tell you how much they got, because I don't know how big of a shop they have over there, but those federal journalism tax credits amount to about $30,000 in tax credits per newsroom employee for every newsroom that qualifies for it. But wait, there's more because they also receive direct funding from the Quebec government. So the Quebec government also has their own weird little media fund, and they received another $127,000 from them. So we're up to about $250,000 for this
guys,
online blog plus
what
tax
possible
credits.
what possible motivation could they have to tell lies about
Crazy.
Canadians' experience?
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is look around in Canada, and then ask yourself, are you having a positive experience? And do you care what a bunch of, do you care what a bunch of French people or Germans or Scandinavians, do you really care about their viewpoint on Canada? I don't. I have to live here.
The Euro fancies, Euro fancy people that Mark Carney so desperately wants to impress. We're just gonna take their word for it.
Yeah.
We have eyes and ears. We can see our communities devolving in real time. Yeah. And yet they would have us believe. They were like, guys, ignore your eyes and ears and just listen to what this poll has to say. Great news, everyone. Great news. It's going awesome.
Have you heard everything's going swimmingly in Canada? Like, these people don't even get news about us.
Right. And the news that they do get is so heavily narrated by the mainstream media that it doesn't bear any, resemblance to reality.
Right. They think of us as some sort of mighty mouse being crushed by the hand of the great orange man. The great orange giant is crushing us. So they have this like affection for us, standing up to the mean Trump. And it's like, no, we're actually, things are bad, real bad.
They're real bad. They're super bad.
Yeah. This from Pierre Poilievre calling on Prime Minister Mark Carney to stop the gas tax hike. Labor Day. Cancel your Labor Day gas hike and all gas taxes until at least Canada Day 2027 to save families $1,200. Why do we have to just put this thing on hiatus? Why can't we just cancel it? If it's costing families $1,200 a year unnecessarily in 2026, why wouldn't the same be true a year from now?
Yeah, no, correct. But if Pierre Poilievre really wanted to cut taxes, he would have won the election. Okay, I'm getting kind of tired of this. We are calling on the federal government to do a thing that they will never ever do. We are calling them, though. We are just posting things on the internet, encouraging them to do the things that we would do. It doesn't work that way. You have to win. And I'm actually getting overly tired of these these posts. To be honest.
Well, and like it's true. Yes.
It is true.
Give us a tax break. Yes, of course. But if it's costing me $1,200 unnecessarily right now, what changes in 2027?
Well, nothing.
Right. Nothing. So just get rid of it.
Right. Well, they should. But here's the thing: the Liberal government doesn't care about what we say. That is the entire downfall of all of these arguments that they should do. They know they should be costing Canadians less money, but then that means that they would have to take a long, hard look at their spending, at government spending, and they don't want to do that. It's way, way easier for them to give your $1,200 to a bureaucrat to do crappy things for the rest of the year.
Right. I just get sick of the incongruous arguments where they're like, we're suspending the gas tax to give Canadians a break. Don't suspend it then. Get rid of it. If I need the break today, I'll need it tomorrow. I promise you.
Right. And again, conservatives could get rid of it in its entirety if they were able to form government, which is still a problem. So there.
Right. And it'll remain a problem as long as the Confederation is the way it is, and the seats are the way they are. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
This story from our good friends, I think it's Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation again. Yep. Who is funding their legal challenges? Because these are the ones that got the petition suspended. I want to know. But since we don't have a First Nations Transparency Act anymore, thank you, Justin Trudeau, we don't know.
Right.
Alberta First Nation marks legal win against celebrity-backed data center.
Celebrity-backed?
Yeah, it's Kevin O'Leary's group. O'Leary Digital is behind the Wonder Valley project, that would put a multi-billion-dollar AI center in the
Okay.
Greenview Industrial Gateway. Again, another heavy industrial site northwest
Yeah.
of Edmonton,
Yeah.
south of Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation. So this isn't on Sturgeon Lake Cree land.
But
So we
it's
apparently still need to
adjacent.
consult them. And this is like ultra heavy duty industrial again, but
That's a can
nobody
you
knows it. It's very
that
nice,
looks
this artist rendering. It looks
that looks really
very
beautiful.
Star Trekky.
Oh, it's like it's a campus. Okay, this is like the American style tech campus. That's
Yeah.
what this is. Look, that's
Yeah.
exactly what this is. But isn't this what we're all supposed to be striving for?
Mhm.
Is private investment
Yeah.
in companies that believe that their product is such a winner that they're going to put their own money on the line. Like Canadians have been conditioned really to believe that unless there is government involvement of some kind, unless government is given a full seal of approval, that these things should not move along. And we're seeing by Sturgeon Creek, excuse me, is it Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation?
Sturgeon Lake, yeah.
Yeah, Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation, how easily projects can be can have a wrench thrown into them.
I love the way these things are reported. 6 million. I just need to convert something here because,
Okay.
again, the data centers in Alberta are not like data centers in other places, as in they have to bring their own electricity and they have to be closed loop water systems.
Right.
But the initial water has to come from somewhere. If you have paid attention to the weather this year, we're not lacking on the water.
Where on earth could you find the extra water?
Right.
Where on earth? I know, us too, girlfriend. Us too. Yeah.
So I'm reading this, and
it's not like
thing,
the water argument is so funny because it's like not like it's in scarce supply.
right?
You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's just so exceedingly rare.
And if this field were planted in canola, it would actually use more water. If it were planted in corn, it would use more water. But that is their bone of contention. So the lawyers for the First Nation say the provincial government had a duty to consult with First Nations before the water license was granted. So the license was granted by the Alberta government over a year ago to the Municipal District of Greenview under the Provincial Water Act. It allows for the diversion, and this is, again, the initial diversion, because these are closed loop systems, of 6 million cubic meters of water from the nearby Smoky River for the future center. Okay. Now, the river itself is some of the river.
Right, runs through Treaty 8. Reserve lands, right.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So apparently they own then all the water. I guess that's it. It's just if it goes through your property,
a river runs through it, it's ours. Okay.
I guess so.
And but then 6 million cubic, what was it? 6 million?
6 million cubic liters. Why didn't they measure it in teaspoons?
Why don't they give that to us in terms of Olympic swimming pools? Like, I need to know how many Olympic swimming pools 6 million cubic meters of water is.
Again, it's 6 million cubic liters. So if you're using US liquid gallons, it's about 1.5 million gallons of water. If they take this in the spring, it's just spring runoff. If you want it in UK imperial gallons, it's 1.3 million UK and Canadian gallons. Anyway, they do this all the time when they measure like spills, oil field spills, right. And they're like, they measure it in liters, and I'm like, why didn't you measure it in teacups? Make it seem worse while you're at it. So you read this and you're like, 6 million cubic liters, and it's
that's a lot. You feel like that's a lot.
Million gallons, which is actually not all that much. Anyway,
but certainly we can afford to take some out of a river without the river being drastically impacted. Never mind the river upstream. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you're
don't complain to me about flooding if we're not allowed to use the water in the river. Sorry, I don't want to hear it. But yeah, what really bothers me about this is the misunderstanding that how we do data centers in Alberta is the same as how they do data centers other places. We put them in heavy industrial areas that have already been set aside. They have to bring their own electricity, so there's no problems with the grid, and they're closed.
That's right. They're not taking power away from anyone else because they have to generate the power that they're going to require.
Right. But what they're doing here to the data centers is exactly what they are doing to the oil and gas sector. They are using activist courts, indigenous consultation, and the terror of the regulatory regime to just scare away business. Like Kevin O'Leary's like, I want to spend billions.
Right.
I want to put it in your backyard. I want to give indigenous electricians $300,000 a year. That's what I want to do. And they're like, oh, get out of here. The water.
But the water. But the river. Have you considered the river's feelings?
So what's going to happen? These data centers are going to go somewhere else. They're going to be built. Why wouldn't we do it here, do it right, and get the jobs?
And that's, I think, but that's the point, Sheila Gunn.
Yes.
The point is that they do go somewhere else.
They're going to be built.
Just like oil and gas companies, just like oil and gas development and resource development in the country of Canada, which is fled south of the border because that's the only place that you can really do business and make some good money. Like, it's crazy.
Well, and it doesn't matter what their arguments are, because if they say, well, it's using arable farmland. Nope, it's not. It's using lots of water. Nope, not. It's using lots of electricity. Nope, not.
Again, not.
Now we've got another argument. Who wants these American tech overlords to run the data centers? And Kevin O'Leary's like, here's my passport. And they're like, not you either.
You're not
Canadian enough.
Canadian enough for us. That's right. Yeah. Mr. Kevin O'Leary. No, he's doing what private industry is supposed to do, which is spend their own money and take a chance and make it work. But we'll see if the government of Canada gets in his way, or if not the government of Canada, the earth activists get in his way. Well, along with the government of Canada, because of course the courts are involved.
Ma'am, think of the bees. That's what I heard at the Moorville protest. Think of the bees. It's killing the bees. I'm like, think of the bees. Yes. One of them said these data centers are killing the bees.
Maybe the bees.
I thought we killed the bees. What was the last thing that killed all the bees? I forget. Things are always killing the bees.
Yeah, I can't remember. Bees seem to be terribly fragile. Like, if you really think about it, they're just wee things.
I thought we killed them already. That's my point. It's like, didn't we kill them already when we built that upgrader? But no, we're still here. Still here.
They found a way.
I would love to know who's funding all of Sturgeon Lake's legal challenges.
We're going to find out one day. The truth always comes out in the wash. Always.
Yeah, because, they're challenging all these things that are specifically very anti-conservative, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and legal challenges are profanely expensive.
Don't we know it? Don't we know it? All right. Sort of good news, bad news. The Alberta government is delaying the rollout of the flags. So this is from the Globe and Mail. If you want to roll, you know what? I got it here. The new rules were expected to take effect on September 1st in time for the school year. But what they're doing is staggering the rollout, and I'm unclear why. In a statement from Education Minister Dimitrios Nikolaides, whom I like very much, said the government is still committed to implementing the rest of the changes, but he doesn't want to rush the process.
Why? It's so simple. It's just flags. What do you mean?
Right. I've seen them. We've seen them take down a flag and put up another one. Like, that's right. I've seen it. It's not difficult. Just take these stuff off the flagpole and put up the two proper flags, and that's it. You don't need consultants. You don't need public town halls. This is an overwhelmingly popular policy out of the provincial government. 100%. It was passed by UCP membership at the AGM, if I recall correctly. This is part of a broader government philosophy of getting politics out of the classroom, about neutrality in the classroom. Why does this take months to do? Just take it down. I've seen people change a flag. It takes minutes. Just do it.
Well, the crazy thing is teachers right now aren't in their classrooms, and so that September 1st date was really important because it was going to guide the teachers on what they couldn't put up in their classrooms. So now, because we've kicked the can down the road some more, which I hate, what we're enabling those activist teachers to do is completely outfit their classrooms for the year, and then try and get that back. Like this is actually such a disappointment, because you know that there's entire left-wing activist teacher groups that are going to look through the legislation that they passed and find all of the loopholes.
Yeah, one of the loopholes for a legal challenge. Yeah.
Sure. And why would you give them that leeway? Like right now, in the rules that they were sort of, it might address some of these. One of the loopholes was, you can fly sports flags in your class. Like that's one of the things that you can do. Well, teachers are just announcing, like, I'm going to order the pride flag from the Oilers. Like that's their response. However, I don't think pausing it or kicking it past September 1st is going to benefit the students of Alberta. And as a matter of fact, I think that this might anger the base, who was really excited to see somebody doing something about this.
Right. The government already has policies related to what the flags should look like changing torn flags, what happens to the flags when they're torn,
standards.
When things are flown at half-mast, when they're not flown at half-mast. Like, somebody dies, that's important. That flag is on half-mast instantly.
That's right.
Everywhere.
You guys know how flags work.
Right. There's a pulley. You put a new one on, fire the new one back up. It's done like dinner. Why? Why is this going to take months?
Yeah. No,
This is you gross. Can just do things.
This allows the worst kind of activists to continue preying upon children that don't belong to them in Alberta schools. Like this is so upsetting. It's just it's a rare fail by Danielle Smith's government, but it is a fail. This is a fail.
Right. They should have just moved at the speed of government, which of course takes months, and we're months into this, and just did it. Like, just do it. Just do it like you did the sports policy.
That's right.
Just do it.
That's right. Do
Who
the thing.
cares?
Who
cares?
What are you going to do? Go into consultations with the teachers? Like, what are you going to do? You're giving them time to line up their arguments why this shouldn't happen, why this is an infringement on their rights. While parents are desperate to get their kids away from this baloney.
Right. The whole point of this neutrality in the classroom is that it has nothing to do with teachers' opinions. They're supposed to keep their damn opinions to themselves.
That's right. That's right.
So I don't care what their opinions are right now.
And you're allowing them to open a door to keep doing this. Like it's just profoundly disappointing.
Just full steam ahead. I hope by October 1st, those flags are the hell out of the classroom. Anyway, I think Lisa's frozen in the most awkward of position.
I'm so Are you moving back on your end?
I'm back now.
My screen is not moving. It's not. Oh wait, there it is. It came back.
You're good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You were frozen in the most wretched eye roll.
Yes. That's why I have such an expressive face, guys. I want you to catch it at this point.
I rolled so hard you broke the internet at your house for a second. Speaking of eye roll,
I'm not watching it back. I'll die I'll just die of embarrassment.
Yeah,
I'm not watching it back.
I can't watch my own work either.
No.
Also in Alberta, I think we're headed for a legal fight with the feds, and I say let's rumble. The health minister, who, as Ezra points out, is one of the dumbest people in cabinet, and that includes Melanie Joly and Lena Diab. So,
right.
The health minister warns that our plan to expand private care may violate federal law. Yes, it is our duty as good civic-minded Canadians to die in a wait line to meet the federal government's definition of Medicaid. So Bill 11 allows doctors to work outside of regular office hours to do surgeries and give care. And so it doesn't cut into people. It doesn't kick people out of the existing line. It gives people an option to say, okay, I can wait forever to get an appointment with my doctor on my lunch break to see a specialist. I might wait 9 months to see a specialist that I could see on my lunch break. Or I could pay a little bit or even a lot bit, depending on, you know, what it's worth to you, to see him at 7 o'clock at night.
Right. Who are you gonna? Which option are you gonna take? Which option are you gonna take?
And yeah, and it depends on, you know, whether you're willing to wait, whether you're not. But guess what? Now the wait line for the 12 o'clock appointment gets a hell of a lot shorter.
Well, it puts a lot more control in the patient's hands.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the major complaints of Canadians, is that the patient has absolutely no control over their own treatment at all. You're at the mercy of a system that doesn't care about you. But as it pertains to this, it's like, well, the feds are upset. The feds are like, they're threats here. It's almost like a threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
they're like, very concerned. Don't care.
Well, listen, it's their rigidity and the failure of their system that is making this a thing in Alberta and every province. Like this is certainly not unique to Alberta, the failing system, but Alberta is taking a real charge of trying to fix the way people access it, put more control in the hands of Albertans, and their rigidity is just sort of like, this is why we want to get away from the federal government.
Right.
Like they make everything worse. Everything.
Right. And here's the thing. If rich people want to get out of my lineup, I couldn't be more pleased about it. And at least this keeps the money here in Alberta, because you know what rich people are going to do?
Right.
They're going to go to Hawaii and have their knee replaced.
Right.
Or somewhere in the United States, they're going to go have that knee surgery or their other elective surgery. They're going to go somewhere else. At least this keeps the money here.
Agreed.
And the doctors here.
And the doctors here. That's right.
She says,
right. Like so many of the complaints of doctors is that their time is just dominated by the administration side, by the administrative side of medicine, and this would allow them to practice more freely. I think that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. She
Help
said
more people.
Yeah. She said, what's her face? Marjorie Mikkel, I think is her name. She said she's very concerned about Bill 11, which allows some physicians to provide publicly covered care while simultaneously offering some privately paid services. What they fail to note here is outside of regular office hours. And she sent a letter because she says, why did I send the letter? Because for sure, dual practice, I don't know how it can work within the Canada Health Act. She said it in an interview. I don't care. So she doesn't know how it can work within the Canada Health Act. But you know what doesn't work at all? The Canada Health Act.
That's exactly right.
We're trying, right. Like, Albertans are dying waiting for care.
Yep.
So
it's an inefficient system that is killing Canadians. And yet we have the federal government being like, but what do you mean? We try and kill less Canadians? Is that what you guys are trying to do, Alberta?
More
like,
people
how dare
care?
You?
Get more people care faster? What? You monsters.
Yeah, absolutely. We won't hear of it.
Yeah. No, it's our civic duty to suffer and potentially die in a healthcare wait line. Don't you know? It's free.
Unreal. Yeah, free.
It's free.
Exactly.
$6,500 a year out of your taxes, whether you use the system or not. And then you can't use the system.
Then they tell you you're free to die. Yeah, that's exactly right. Free healthcare.
Let's do one more, and then we'll hit an ad break.
Okay.
This from CKPG Today. Concerns raised over draft sister city proposal between Prince George, BC, and Jiangmen, China. What could possibly go wrong? Heavy industrial natural gas town partnering with spies from China. So they say the city of Prince George is continuing to explore a potential sister city agreement with Jiangmen, China, A partnership supporters believe could create new economic opportunities, strengthen
Because
cultural ties.
I'm
What's
sorry,
a cultural
what?
ties? What
I'm
really?
sorry.
What's a cultural ties?
You want to strengthen China's relationship with British Columbia? I don't know how it could get stronger on its own, but are we not considering at all the national security risk that this would pose? Like anybody? No? No, you just want to.
Prince George, why do you think they want you? Stop and think about that for a second. Why do you think they want you? I want
Prince
you to look
George.
around, Prince
Yeah.
George,
Take a good
see what you have.
good hard long look at yourself and be like, what is happening here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Strengthen the cultural ties. There's obviously a strong Chinese expat community in Prince George, British Columbia, and expand business relationships. However, some members of council say more work must be done before any formal agreement is signed.
Wait. The Prince George Council said more work needs to be done.
Yeah.
Before something is decided. Well, these
Some
are the people
members.
that are these are the people that will get the free trips to China if they do this. Like, of course they're going to be like, oh, but we just want to explore this relationship further. Like, it's just going to take us a little bit more time to formalize this, so we can get in on this crazy train. Like, it's crazy. These people should not be deciding. The people, hey, Prince George, you want to partner up with a Chinese city right now at this precious time?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Well, I think if we read further down, we'll see. Well, I'll just read the article and you guys can jump to your own conclusions.
I want to see the pictures, though. Olivia, can you show me the pictures on the article?
Potential benefits. It's being pushed by the mayor. Potential benefits identified by proponents include increased business-to-business connections, educational partnerships. Oh yeah, you need some of them. Expanded air cargo opportunities, and stronger relationships between institutions in both communities. There can be a huge opportunity for our universities for air cargo for the airport, Mayor Simon Yu said in July. That requires multiple levels of people-to-people and business-to-business engagement. However, Councillor Kyle Sampson, being the voice of reason, says council still lacks critical information needed to determine whether the agreement or the arrangement would benefit Prince George residents. So anyway.
Listen, I just don't think that elected officials should make an effort to prioritize the relationship with their home country when they get elected. Okay, like, you're elected to serve the people of Prince George, not the people of China. And I just think that the lines.
Do you know what, Prince George? You need a sister. Prince George, you need a sister city. Have you considered Grand Prairie, Alberta?
How about Yorkton, Saskatchewan?
Right. Fort Saskatchewan.
Yep.
Fort Saskatchewan. You know what? Prince George has a very strong Fort Sask vibe. Last time I was there. Try us. We'd love to have you.
Saskatchewan is open, like, for anybody in Prince George. Like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Yeah. We have our federal government. We have the government of Canada saying the biggest threat. Like, we have everybody just acknowledging the biggest threat to our national security is China. And then we have this guy over here just being like, well, but I know people there, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's actually crazy.
Right. Like, the NATO spy issue is at parliamentary committee today. Maybe let's resolve that mess before we start getting into these economic and institutional partnerships with Chinese communities.
Yeah. Who are we collabing with? A better question is, who are our elected officials collaborating with?
Right.
That's important for people to know. Yep.
Let's hit an ad break. We'll come back on the other side. We've got Ostrich documentary news.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Right now, Byrna is having their biggest sale ever with 25% off everything on the Byrna Canada site, but only from August 17th through August 24th. In Canada, firearms owners like me understand the importance of safe, effective self-defense options. That's why we're proud to have Byrna as a sponsor. Byrna's less lethal launchers are designed to help protect you and your family without taking a life. Byrna offers peace of mind, accessibility, and a practical layer of personal security for Canadians who value safety. Learn more at byrna.ca/rebel. That's byrna.ca/rebel.
Hey folks, do you love a good cup of coffee? Are you, like me, banned for life from visiting Tim Hortons? Well,
No, we're not. No, not everybody is.
Not everybody.
Just you and me.
But I am. Folks, I have great news. Check it out. This is Rebel News Special Edition Coffee. Rebel News and Resistance Coffee have partnered to bring you something special to wake up to. Resistance Coffee is a family-run Canadian coffee company, unlike Tim Hortons, by the way. And while the big chains wrap themselves in the flag and turn their backs on Canadian workers, Resistance Coffee has been doing the real thing all along, available only at rebelcoffee.ca. A 5-pound bag and bundles qualify for a $9.99 flat rate shipping nationwide. It is worth every penny. Folks, this is great coffee, and this is the coffee to brew. Rebel News.
For generations, many Canadians have preserved more than just firearms. They've preserved history, tradition, competition, memories. But under Trudeau, and now Carney, heirlooms, estates, collectibles, and competition firearms now have to be surrendered and destroyed. While violent gun criminals get pass after pass, openly ignoring any legislation, lawful gun owners are trapped in an increasingly unfair legal system. But we can help. Canada's National Firearms Association's Save Firearms program offers the legal pathway to preserve what matters, while we work towards a political solution. Don't let yours be next. Save history, save heritage, save firearms. Visit nfa.ca today to learn more.
All right. Do we have an ad read, Olivia? Am I missing that? Okay. We have a message from our friends at Rumble Wallet. We've got to pay the bills around here. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you could actually own and control your money after the 2008 financial crisis. Don't you know Mark Carney helped us through that? So he says, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. And if you've ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you've felt that problem. Now, fast forward to today, everyone's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's exactly why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all that complexity and makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stablecoins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. And once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators, like me, directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code and click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. In just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. Now, I do own some crypto, but do I understand crypto?
No.
Zero understanding. I want to go to where the Oompa Loompas are mining the crypto and gaze upon them, but apparently that's not how it works. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I own some. I think anything outside of government control is a good thing, but I wish I understood more about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Drea was back at Universal Ostrich Farm, or what's left of Universal Ostrich Farm, 9 months after the CFIA killed an otherwise healthy ostrich flock. Supporters gathered there to remember their fight for farming freedom. This week, we're announcing the premiere of our documentary, Culling the Cure. I have seen the final cut. It's not quite the final cut. We've got some credits to put in and just the snazzy little details.
Right.
The documentary
post-production,
post stuff. The documentary is done, and it's incredible. It's Netflix quality once again. Drea did an incredible job. Included experts, farmers, people who were at the farm, independent journalists, American advocates for the ostriches. And so anyways, it's cullingthecure.com. Stay tuned, because we're announcing the documentary screenings. We're trying to do it all across the country like we did with our previous documentaries.
Amazing.
And yeah, anyways, it's going to be amazing. I think Drea showed the farmers. Like, look at this. Drea showed the farmers our trailer. Do we have the trailer ready to go
live?
on the website? Is it live?
The trailer?
Drea or Olivia, click on that. What do we got? Oh, that's the older trailer.
Okay.
Do you guys want to see it? Should we show it?
Yeah. I do.
You want to?
I do. I very much do. Yeah.
Okay, let's.
This was a story that just gripped our attention in such a way that nobody could look away. I mean, it was just like a slow motion train wreck over months and months and months and months, culminating in the most disastrous thing. I mean, yeah, let's watch. I like hearing about the ostriches. Thank you.
Cases of the disease.
36 BC farms.
68 infected domestic flocks.
41 cases across central Alberta.
They told us that killing was the only option.
That was not the oath you took.
Did you hear those pops all night? Did you hear the life being taken?
That hundreds of healthy research ostriches and millions of other animals before them had to be slain in the name of public health.
Oh, you're rolling up the window. You're bravely rolling up the window. I knew it.
Millions of poultry that have been killed because of this. And, the hostages are higher profile. Does that mean they're more valuable?
Everything, ducks, turkeys, broilers, layers.
Commonly, death is the result.
This is a decision that is following the science and evidence.
You have no political agenda when it comes to analyzing science.
I think that ostrich is sick.
Bessie? No, she's not sick. She's just an arsehole.
But what if Ottawa got the science wrong?
It's the golden goose that lays the golden eggs.
The treasure trove of information.
A universal cure.
An opportunity we simply cannot ignore.
That right there has the potential to truly help mankind, and I believe that.
And what if the only way to find the truth is for citizen journalists funded by the people, for the people, to prove it?
And thank God for people like Rebel News.
You talk about Canada-US cooperation. Don't you think it would be helpful to have a friend?
Next reporter, merci.
Oh, you're not going to answer, Minister?
Next question, thank you.
Thousands of people have tried emailing the CFIA, so that's why we're here in Ottawa.
Do ostrich antibodies hold the cure? Let's find out.
Culling the Cure, a Rebel News documentary.
They can attack farmers, they can attack people, they can attack you guys.
So we have a new trailer. I think we're just polishing it right now. Drea did an incredible amount of work on that documentary. It started off in one direction, ended up going in another. But as you know, I was at the ostrich farm twice, maybe three times, I forget. What an eclectic cross-section of people. You had property rights advocates, people who were concerned about biosecurity, people who were just concerned about freedom, people who were concerned about science, like people who were saying these birds some of them were sick a year ago. What does that have to do with now? And, for the people who say, well, they killed 9 million other birds, commercial poultry, in the name of this stamping out policy that the CFIA uses. Yeah. And they're like, what's the difference? Ostriches or chickens? Chickens have a maturity span from like egg hatched to broiler.
Ready?
So ready, 6 weeks. Yep. This is 40 years of genetics they just squashed.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Yeah. Not to say that chicken farmers wouldn't experience
for sure
a catastrophic loss.
They do.
That's right. That's right. But it does bring up questions. Are these these rigid blanket regulations really serving the food producers of Canada and the people of Canada? Really, like, these decisions are destabilizing things and have the ability to destabilize things.
Well, and also, if 9 million birds have been culled in the stamping out policy, at what point do you say perhaps we should invest some research into something other than a stamping out policy,
That's
because
right.
we've got we're 9 million into this, and the ostriches were a gateway to that different policy, and the government just said, no, you're the same as a chicken, you're gone. Anyway, all right, let's move along to the next story, this one out of Saskatoon. So I think it was about a week ago, a guy was charged, I think it was caught on camera.
Yes.
A man charged, he threw eggs at a Saskatoon synagogue. He was caught on camera because
like
he's
in
an
the
idiot.
middle of the day. Yeah.
Broad
This
daylight.
is in the middle of the day. Yeah.
He went to the grocery store and got the big pack of eggs.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So this is like malice. This is forethought. He went down, got the big pack of eggs, not a dozen, and went down to the synagogue. He did it in broad daylight. It's the Agudas Israel Synagogue. He did it on August 4th. Well, sorry. I think the police were called on August 4th. He did it on August 1st. 11:30 in the morning, a carton of eggs, threw them at multiple vehicles and sections of the building. And now he's been charged. His name is Jaden Clark.
Yeah, he's from Dundurn. That's
yes,
just south of Saskatoon, between Regina and Saskatoon. Evidently, he turned himself in, and now he's going to have to answer for his actions. But I mean, I don't see how anybody could think that throwing eggs or anything at a congregation while they're worshiping is going to be met with any kind of support from the community. So we'll see how this goes. Bad news for this guy, though, is that we've got some new hate crime laws on the books in Canada.
Except for he wasn't charged with a hate crime.
Well,
going to the grocery store, grabbing 2 dozen eggs, 2.5 dozen eggs, heading down to the synagogue and targeting the building and the cars of the congregants.
Yeah, while they're inside.
Apparently doesn't amount to a hate crime. He was only charged with 3 counts of mischief under $5,000.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Wonder what motivated that. They'll ask. Let's move ahead to this story from Blacklock's reporter. CBC has been cited for its pro-liberal agenda in government documents. So,
shush.
In government focus group polling, Canadians increasingly assume that the CBC and other mainstream media have some angle or agenda. Well, we pointed out to you why Cult Montreal has their angle or agenda earlier, and I assume that...
Wait, Sheila, are you suggesting... Oh, am I frozen again? I might be frozen again.
I can still hear you.
Are you suggesting that they may be motivated by the bags of gold that they get from the government to tell lies?
That's exactly it. And Canadians are seeing right through it. So, and the government is well aware of this. So they have an angle or agenda in reporting the news with a particular political slant, said federal focus group research. The in-house report found Canadians go to Reddit to see what people are saying rather than rely on TV networks or newspapers. Participants across all groups demonstrated significant skepticism towards individual sources of news and current affairs, emphasizing the importance of cross-referencing multiple sources. Traditional media outlets such as CBC, CTV, and major newspapers maintained relevance for some participants who valued, quote, vigorous or rigorous fact-checking and professional journalism standards.
Is that why they think people are tuning into the mainstream media? Is to hear somebody rigorously fact-check? People tune into the mainstream media to laugh and joke about how disconnected they are with reality. That's the only reason we show them on this program. And the only reason we show them on this program is because we pay for them and because it's ours, because we own it now, because we have to pay them with our tax dollars. But that's what they think they're going there for.
Even the people who said they watch CBC for their professional journalism standards, end quote, noted that they stress the need to be wary of who it's coming from and what kind of angle or agenda. David Cochran, Rosie Barton. And again, social media emerged as a dominant source of discovering news and information, with participants describing passive consumption through scrolling their feeds. And so what did the government do? Made sure you couldn't get access to that through their shakedown of Meta, which was like the #1 source of news for older people. Now they have to go directly to the CBC instead of seeing how people are reacting to the nonsense of the CBC. Trust in social media varied widely. Some placed higher confidence in posts from official government sources or established media outlets, while others who displayed strong distrust towards official sources preferred user-generated content on Reddit and specific YouTube channels or podcasts. Even the people who consume the CBC watch it with skepticism, is the moral of the story there.
Right. The
What a
CBC has a hard
delight.
time even getting Canadians to talk to them.
Yeah.
Like, truly, it is hard for them because Canadians so do distrust the narrative that they've taken on almost every subject. And it shows. It shows.
It shows. Let's move ahead to the Star.
Star?
The Star. I don't know. I hear some noise happening from upstairs, so I'm just going to assume my cat has brought another bird into the house. I think he did. I just heard a bird chirping. Is there a bird in the house? Oh, it's in the cat's mouth. Okay, great. That's the second in 2 days. The kids will take care of it. Okay, these PC if you hear a kerfuffle in the background, that's my cat being an absolute orange menace. These PC riding associations spent donor cash on oysters and axe throwing. Elections Ontario filings reveal what is going on in the PC party of Ontario. If they're not raking people for on their expenses for like staying within 30 kilometers of the legislature for some reason, now they're cleaning out the revenues from the PC riding associations. And some of these are quite crazy. $15,000 on organic grass-fed premium beef.
That's a lot. That's a lot of beef.
$3,400 on oysters and delicate Japanese tapas. $485.
$400 on oysters and tapas.
$485 at a Toronto establishment serving the largest selection of tequila in the country. The kind that glides down with serene notes of caramel, chocolate, or honey. I have never drank tequila like that before. Tequila makes me want to die. Then
what do you mean? It doesn't go down like fire for you? Like, what do you mean? What do you
God,
mean?
it feels like I've swallowed razor blades when I'm drinking tequila. Some pay $1,500 to throw axes and eat chicken tenders. Now, I disagree with the cost and who they charged it to, but that's more my kind of party, if you know what I mean. $6,000 at a kosher chicken restaurant. $15,000 for organic grass-fed premium beef that had been gently raised in the rolling pastures of King City. There was even more.
You know it's expensive when they give you an adoption certificate from where your beef came from. Okay,
right.
That is when you know that you are ultra premium beefing it up.
Yeah. The one who is least egregious was Doug Ford, it sounds like. So he, on stupid expenses, he spent about $2,500 over a 2-year period. So, but some of these guys were particularly egregious. A $47,000 claim made each year by the PC Riding Association in Vaughan Woodbridge. And that's represented by Associate Solicitor General Michael Tibolo. So he's not even the minister. Okay. It paid venue or rent event space $47,000 in each of the last 2 years for Tibolo's annual Chestnut Roast fundraiser, inviting politicians, police brass, and community leaders.
If it was a fundraiser, and you need $50,000 up front to run it every year, I don't think that's a good representation of a good fundraiser, you know.
We've got Stan Cho, who turns up in the other problematic expenses with the, expensive hotels when you are 25 kilometers from the legislature for some reason. He turns up in this with $70,000 as a 2-year total on
$70,000
fundraisers and stuff.
Do you guys remember when poor Bev Oda, $16 on a glass of orange juice in a hotel breakfast? Now we got these guys at 70 grand?
Yeah, and the thing about Bev Oda, it wasn't the $16 orange juice. It was the $16 orange juice.
Yeah, take me back though.
Do you have bring me up a picture of Bev Oda smoking a cigarette, please?
Oh, she's
Just
such a
please.
legend.
So I want you to understand.
In a world of Karens, be a Bev. In a
Be
world
a Bev Oda
of Karens, be a Bev.
So
she's a legend.
Imagine these days the Liberals and the PCs in Ontario just spending money like look at Bev Oda. Bev Oda's biggest crime was being cool.
I just love her. Just in her split shades and her ciggy, with her fur coat. Just don't Bev has just had it.
That's the House of Commons in the background. Bev Oda outside in her awesome sunglasses, just ripping darts. Bev Oda's problem was she was dangerously cool in a time of boring button-down sweater vest conservatives. That was Bev Oda's problem. $16 in orange juice, they ding ya at the minibar. They do. That's why you're not supposed to touch the minibar.
That's right. Yeah.
The Liberals were never upset about the minibar costs. Look how they spend money. The problem is conservatives were like, ugh, Bev, $16 for an orange juice. We're trying to be the fiscal leaders. Conservatives couldn't abide it. But the problem is Bev Oda was so dang cool. And she was a minority woman just doing cool things like wearing sunglasses, ripping darts outside the House of Commons.
I want more of that. More real
Should all be more like Bev.
But in a world of Karens, be a Bev.
Be a Bev. Always, actually.
Yeah. Always.
All right. Blacklocks. Let's go to this Blacklocks article. They admit growing rail protests to the Alto $90 billion high-speed rail project, the monorail. So people don't like this thing, except the handful of well-kept bureaucrats that will use it to go from, I don't know, Ottawa to Montreal, Ottawa to Toronto, whatever.
Yeah.
So while early public engagement shows strong support, I'm not sure about that. The project is increasingly scrutinized for its cost, timeline, potential impacts on communities and agricultural land. Yeah, they've started the expropriation for this. The leg of this construction from Ottawa to Montreal drew to the public meetings drew 13,000 plus participants. More people are really engaged in this, more than the 5,000 originally targeted. So this is going to take bureaucrats basically from Ottawa to Montreal. The whole entire country is going to pay for this thing. Yeah. Most of us will never use it. And they're already paying executive bonuses out on this thing. Not an inch of rail has been laid yet. And then there's the whole conflict of interest stuff. So Francois Philippe Champagne, our finance minister, and Alto is a line item in the budget. His wife is some sort of VP of environment over there, which is as you know, a totally made up position. And she's one of the executives getting bonuses on this project where no work has been done yet. So there's that too. So Francois Philippe Champagne voted on that budget. He voted on the budget on a line item where his wife is going to get rich.
It's going to directly benefit. Like well, isn't this just par for the course for the Liberals? Is approving projects that are going to directly benefit them and those in their immediate circles, while putting the rest of us on the hook for the payments. I mean, it's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. And so another one of these ways, the ways that some of these huge infrastructure projects can negatively affect provinces is they go into business with these huge engineering firms, like think Atkins Realis in Montreal, right? Like they'll somehow, one of these huge engineering firms is somehow going to be involved in this. So they get billions and billions and billions of dollars, these huge engineering firms, which then open up satellite companies in other provinces, then undercutting local companies because they make so much money on these huge infrastructure projects off the federal government that they make it a lot harder for local companies to operate. So this screws us on many levels.
Right.
And here they are in the press telling us how most of the people are really super jazzed about it.
Right. They can use the local projects as loss leaders.
Sure.
It's gross. It's
Yeah,
gross.
it is.
And as you know, any major infrastructure project that the government undertakes, expect, I don't know, 6, 7, 800% over budget.
That's right. Because if they're involved, they screw it up. That's how this federal government works.
I will give you $20, Lise, if this thing comes in under 150 million.
Will you?
Yeah, I will.
I don't think that the likelihood of that is very likely, to be honest. Like it's going to be like every other project the federal government gets its dirty little fingers on when they take charge. Okay, we know that it's going to get screwed up.
Pipeline.
Yeah. But these guys and what makes it even more insulting is that it only serves them. This rail line will never, ever, ever serve the people west of Toronto. Never.
No, never. This is just for government bureaucrats. This is like $100 billion project.
Vanity project.
For government workers to avoid a commute.
To be able to, that's right. To have a really luxurious commute, we'll say.
Yeah, super luxurious. Yeah. And for Francois Philippe Champagne's wife to.
Unreal.
Yeah, make a little Skrilla in the meantime.
It's a kleptocracy. We are a functioning kleptocracy.
Completely. Like he should not have voted on that budget.
He should be fired.
Yeah.
He should be fired.
Yeah.
We should not.
It got even worse. I just remembered part of the Alto hearings from the House of Commons. He brought in Alto executives to write part of the budget.
You know what, guys? Just fill out on the withdrawal slip exactly how many billions you want, and we'll be happy to get that for you.
Like his wife's working at Alto as a made-up executive VP of environment, totally made up position, obviously. Yeah. What does that job even do? Yeah. And then bringing in the Alto guys and paying them as consultants to help draft his budget speech.
Like it's almost too much, isn't it, guys?
And it's so in your face. Like it's so in your face, and there's so much corruption. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that too. I remember that. I forgot about that one.
They don't even try and hide it because they don't have to.
Yeah.
They don't have to. It would be amazing if some of our colleagues over there at the CBC, CTV, and Global could look into these kind of things, but no.
Yep.
They would rather tell you about the wildfire risk today. Show you a heat map of summer temperatures in Canada.
Right, a heat map of summer temperatures where like the flaming red one is 22 degrees. Right. you don't even know how to dress for the weather anymore if you don't look at the temperature and you just look at the color. It's blazing hot outside. Yeah. It's hoodie weather.
Yes, it's raining.
We've got a video. This guy was sitting on the tracks blocking the airport train in Vancouver. Oh, do we? Okay. Can we do the cringe or no?
Well,
okay, let's do the cringe. We'll push the other stuff ahead for tomorrow because I do want to talk about the temporary foreign students / workers demanding that they stay. The daily cringe, of course, if you have been on the internet for a second, you have seen this. It's the King and Queen of Clowntown apparently disrupting the local Montreal Home Hardware. And this irritates me because if these two come anywhere near a PV Mart, because I love a home hardware, if they get near a PV Mart, I'm packing up my holiday trailer and I'm moving to the surface of the moon, because I don't like that the King and Queen of Clowntown, Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry, are invading my hardware store. This is them dancing when they heard Xavier, his Nepo Baby song, come on the air.
Oh, God.
I can get used to you calling me baby. Now, down.
You know, that man should be legally required to carry a plunger every single place he goes, every single day for the rest of his life. Okay,
I
for
want
the
to
amount of
stick that
bullshit.
plunger on the top of his head. Plunge his head.
Are you guys having rude thoughts about what you would do with the plunger right now too, guys? Or is it just us? Or is it just us? How gross. This guy should, a great many people believe that this guy should be in jail. And like this, I just hate it so much. I just hate the both of them so much.
Yes. All right. No chats today. We've got to wrap up the show. Olivia needs the studio for an interview. Lise, thanks for jumping in and subbing in for David Menzies today. I'll see you tomorrow. Olivia, thanks for entertaining our baloney today, and you'll have to entertain it tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. And as we frequently say on the show here, if you find us offensive, maybe don't find us at all.